go.
Okay.
I can go home and study all this.
Perfect. One thing I noticed we missed in avionics. This is your main avionics, right?
Right.
What runway are they using?
Looks like 24.
Yeah, it does. So let's set in 240. See how that's highlighted? You can just change this knob here. Okay. Let's go down to our altitude bug. Set that for 5,500. If you press that again, you'll get an extra digit. And if you ever wanted to, you can press it again to get another digit still. Let's go vertical speed of, let's do 800.
Okay.
And your last one is the altimeter setting.
We haven't got ATIS yet.
Okay, that's a good cue to pull it up.
Advise launch contact, do you have information X-ray? Bowman Airport information, X-ray 1453 observation, wind calm, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 22, dew point 16, altimeter 3027, visual approach, runway 24 is in use. Hazardous weather information for the local area available on high-watt flight service frequencies. All aircraft reback hold short instructions and assigned altitudes. Advise launch contact, do you have information X-ray?
Okay, so it's 3027.
Okay, so over time, this will always default back to the heading bug.
Got it.
So press your baro set. Okay. Anytime you set an altitude, you got to do it twice.
Twice, there and then here.
Yep.
So it's saying I'm at 550.
So I always say, this is just kind of coming from bigger planes, 3027 set once and twice.
Okay.
It works for me. Your mileage will vary on that one. So we've gone through everything. We did another top-down flow. That's okay. Those two agree?
Yes.
And they're within what altitude? A field elevation?
50 feet? 100 feet?
75 feet.
75.
Right in between the two. And what's field elevation here?
About 548, I think.
545.
Okay.
Close enough for me.
Yep.
Okay, let's go back here. Go next checklist.
Done. Checklist. Caps handle. Remove the pin.
You need to get a new pen for it, huh?
I don't know, do I?
Okay, so if it's around the top, usually that means, yep, that's why it's around the top.
Okay. Is there like a cotter pin or something that's supposed to go through there? Oh, there's
No, it's one of those little
ball.
D-pins.
Okay.
It actually just came up on the COPA forums here a couple days ago. People were asking, what's the part number for that?
Okay.
Cirrus will sell it to you for about $30. You can buy it from Granger for about 20 cents.
Okay.
So, and they got the part number on there too. If you remind me, I'll find it for you.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so we'll keep going.
Belts and shoulder harnesses secure.
Okay, one thing I see happen a lot, you're doing pretty good there. Get that seatbelt as low as you can across your hip. A lot of people will put them on and it'll be up here at their chest. That doesn't do you any good if you need them. And it's also uncomfortable.
Doors latched.
If you want, this is air conditioning.
Yeah. Brakes from holding. Flight controls free and correct.
Yeah, I want to point out something for you here. Real gentle, put your feet on the pedals. Just really light. Feel them moving?
Yeah.
There's a rudder aileron interconnect here. You can see the stick move too.
Yeah.
It's a bungee cord. So what we want to do is make sure there's no binding within that. So I go full left rudder, make a box.
Okay.
Full right rudder, make a box.
Okay.
That's just making sure we're not having any bind within that interconnect system either.
Gotcha. Trim set for takeoff.
Okay. So see how you got the takeoff with this little open area? You want it to be right about there. So take your switch here and pull back. There. And then looking at yours, you see the top of this peak. That should be pointing at the 0.
Okay. I think it's there.
Close enough.
I've only used electronic trim once.
You're going to use it a whole lot today.
Autopilot disconnect. Disconnected.
Yep, so we want to disconnect it.
Lap set for 50. We are. Light says it, visually checked it. Light and engine instruments checked. We're still green.
That all looks good. Flight instruments look good. And remember, you got your bottom panel as well.
Right. PSI and altimeter check and set. We did that. Fuel quantity confirmed. We got about 60 gallons. Fuel selector on the fullest tank.
Go ahead and change it over. We know that left is going to run.
Yeah, when you're flying, you put the boost on before you switch it over, right?
Yes. And if you want to on the ground, I see people do it. I don't know why. What's the worst that's going to happen?
You're on the ground, yeah. Not going to go any lower. Propeller check. Power level increased to descent, increased to detent.
Detent. This is, okay, so this is a relic that I have not seen in a long time. This must be an early G2. There's a detent up in here.
Yeah.
Basically, we're doing a propeller check. This is part of the high RPM run-up. So we're going to go to 1700 RPM.
We'll do it when we do a run-up.
So that kind of puts us at a holding place. There's nothing we can do on this checklist until we do the run-up. So we're good to taxi whenever you are.
Normally we have to taxi out to the open area because a lot of times they don't hear us from here.
Okay, that's fine. I'll show you one thing I did. I changed this over to COM 3. Okay. There is no COM 3 just so we're not listening to people.
Right.
So I got you back in COM 1.
Okay.
You're familiar with this audio panel?
I think I'm good. I turned the speaker on because speakers don't need to be on.
Okay.
So, gonna pull my door down a little. We can taxi.
Take very little to get her going.
From ground experimental 426 Delta Charlie West.
You don't need the brakes to. Whoa.
East southeast clear class C.
So Freecastering knows well. This is new to you, isn't it?
Ground runway 24, taxi via Juliet Hotel.
So use full rudder.
Juliet Hotel.
If that's not enough, then tap the brake.
Okay.
And the interesting thing here is you actually have to stop your turns also. So see how we're still turning right?
Yeah.
Just add in some left rudder until it stops turning. Here, just keep holding that left rudder and see how it's slowly starting that left turn.
It really didn't until I tapped the brake.
And the other thing you can do is you got left turning tendencies.
Right.
So we can bump in a little extra power to help with those left-hand turns.
Okay.
And the opposite is true if you're trying to turn right. If you add power, you're not turning right. So you have to kind of speed up and go into a right-hand turn as you reduce the power and add power to go into a left turn. It will become second nature, I promise.
All right. I'm going to call the tower. I'm on ground.
21.8.
Yep. Good afternoon, Bowman Tower. Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu is at LEA, ready to taxi with X-ray, departing to the northeast, remaining clear at class Charlie.
November 411 Hotel Zulu, Bowman Tower, information, Yankees now current. Current wind is calm, altimeter 3026, runway 24, taxi hotel.
3026 on the altimeter, taxi hotel to 24, 411 Hotel Zulu.
Good day, Bowman Ground, November 984 Juliet Alpha. Looking for a flight following to Kilo Bravo Alpha Kilo. We have information, Yankee.
Cessna 984 Juliet Alpha, Bowman Ground, runway 24, taxi via hotel. I'll have that information for you in the run-up.
Sounds like a plan, 24 via hotel.
They're left, they're right.
Yeah, she really doesn't like those right-hand turns. So is that the preferred run-up area?
Yes.
Okay.
Just gonna pull off over here behind them.
Oh, what that is? Kind of looks like a
What?
like a really small beaver, but I don't think that's a Cessna of any kind.
Now the owner of the flight school has a 195, and seeing it looks similar to that, but not exactly. So I'm clear of everything.
Cessna 4 Juliet Alpha, I have that information just
So increase the detent, right?
Okay, so in the planes I've flown before that say increase the detent is almost impossible to fill.
Okay.
Go ahead and add some power and see if you fill a detent. If not, just pull back to 1700 RPM.
Bowman, ground, Juliet Alpha ready for that information.
Yeah, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, you probably won't.
030.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the engine. We're going to go up and over. So we went up to 17. We're coming up. We need to load up the electrical system. So Alt 1, go ahead and go pitot heat and landing light on. And the alts increased, or the amps increased. Turn it back off.
We get an en route 4000.
Mag check.
One to the right.
Okay.
Cessna 4 Juliet
Yes, we get a drop.
4,500 for you, if that's all right.
And we have an increase in all EGTs, except number 1. That's been a little funky here. That's kind of jumping all over, so I don't think it's an issue.
But once you depart here, you need to maintain VFR at or below 2,500, and then departure will get you up to 4,000.
To the left.
Sounds perfect.
And all EGTs increase. I'm interested to see what number 1 does.
Juliet to the ramp. We're going
yeah, it's kind of bouncing. That's a sensor.
Cessna Whiskey Uniform Boomer Ground Taxi.
Okay. All looks good. Coming up and over.
Can I get a read back on that after departure? Flying
that is not true. There's no way.
Climb and maintain 2,000.
So go ahead and bring your throttle back to
VFR.
1,000.
Departure frequency is 132.07. Squawk 45.
You have a number 5 cylinder head temp.
Departure heading
Sensor error.
0. Stay at or below 2,500 on departure.
It happens.
Until told by otherwise.
We'll just kind of watch the others and assume that one's the hottest.
Frequency and
it probably isn't. Not number 5, but it'll probably be the same as 6. Let's go back to checklist and see if we got everything.
Okay, we did that. Note.
Yeah, we got 2005 technology.
It's not touchscreen, I know.
No touchscreens in 2005.
Power level to 1700, we did that. Alternator check, we did.
Okay, so look at what we got here. We have alternator. Check alternator by doing these 5 things. So you can kind of skip through them.
Avionics on, nav light, landing light. Okay. Voltage.
Good, hip check, alt 2. We didn't.
Okay.
We'll see what happens there.
Magnetos we checked. We did both of those. Our level decreased to 1,000. Transponder. Limiter.
Now your transponder should go to altitude automatically once it senses 35 knots.
Okay. Navigation set for takeoff. We are. Pitot heat we don't need.
Okay. Now if you go next checklist, we're through the end of these. I'm sorry, we got our normal takeoff checklist.
Okay.
So it's everything you would expect. Full throttle. We're going to rotate 70, 73. What I like to do is put a little pressure on the back stick, and once you feel it get kind of heavy, you know it's ready.
Okay.
And we're going to climb up at 80 initially, or I'm sorry, we're going to climb up closer to 90. When we hit 80,
that's when you bring the flaps up.
We got 3 things we're looking for. 80 knots, positive rate climb, clear of obstacles.
Right.
Don't rush it.
Okay.
So what we really want to do is get to 500 feet as fast as we can. That's when CAPS becomes available.
Okay.
So usually, at 80 knots, clear of obstacles, and positive rate, you can bring the flaps up. I always wait till I hit 500 feet. But what we're going to do on the takeoff is we're going to go to engine page. We're going to go do our takeoff, do our normal stuff. When we hit 500 feet, which will be 1,000, actually closer, we're going to call it 1,100 feet.
Okay.
So I just follow the back of that needle up. At 1,100 feet, we're going to say caps is available, and we're actually going to reach up here and touch it.
Okay.
I'm trying to build that muscle memory.
Sure.
Caps, flaps, come up, maps.
Okay.
The reason I do maps, and again, you're going to find your own way, but this is what a lot of people do, is as I'm flying along and I glance down, I'm at 3,000 feet still climbing, I go, hey, I'm still on engine page. What else did I miss? And for me, what I found is I always forget flaps if I'm still on engine page.
Okay.
It's a check for myself.
So we're going to get up to 1,000. We'll say caps, flaps, maps. Okay. All right.
Ready to see if she'll fly?
Let's try it.
Okay.
Okay. Clear on the left. Switch over to tower.
Real quick.
Number 4201 Romeo, Bowman 824, taxi via Juliet Hotel.
Bowman Tower, 984 Juliet Alpha, ready at 24.
I hope we didn't.
Cessna 908 for Juliet Alpha, Bowman Tower, right turn, heading 030, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Right turn 030, 24, clear for takeoff, 984 Juliet Alpha.
Doing his run up, looks like.
On the other side of the whole short line.
Bowman Tower, Cirrus 401 Hotel Zulu is holding short runway 24, ready for departure.
Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu, Bowman Tower, hold short, runway 24.
Hold short 24, 411 Hotel Zulu.
Okay.
Got to get used to saying that versus my old call signs.
So when we get the takeoff clearance, we're going to do an up and over. So we're going to boost
Okay.
pump on, mixture rich, verify, flaps 50. This is all good. We can double check that now. I like to do landing light
Right.
on, then we're good to go.
Okay. So our mixture's good for now?
Yep, for now it's fine. You can bring it forward if you want. I don't, because I don't know if I'm going to be waiting here for 10 seconds or 10
Right.
minutes. Broadcast out is saved. I wouldn't expect it to.
Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu, Cessna just departed, is northeast bound also, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 411 Hotel Zulu. Okay, so
Okay, mixture rich,
Mixture rich.
boost pump on.
Cessna 4
pump
Juliet
on.
Alpha, contact global departure, have a good one.
Flaps are good. Coming up and over, clear for takeoff, landing light on.
132.07, have a good one.
So as soon as you get the power in, it's going to turn left.
Right.
But as soon as you have forward airspeed, your rudder is going to become effective.
Okay.
So the idea here is don't dilly-dally on it. Get that power in there. Get that rudder working for you. And
Okay.
make sure heels are on the floor, completely off the brakes.
Wheels are on the floor. Pull forward.
Pull forward. Whatever rudder it takes, hold on center. Airspeed's live. Engine's in the green. 28 gallons an hour, perfect.
Cessna 887, extend down, I'll call your base for departures.
70.
Okay, start pulling back.
Bowman Tower, Cherokee 4201 Romeo.
There you go. Now, if you set the nose, the wide of the cow, right on the horizon, that's going to be a pretty good climb.
Okay.
Right turn, clear for takeoff, 01 Romeo.
Cessna 887, base turn approved on departure, taking the runway now, prior to your arrival, runway 24, clear for the option.
4 clear for the option, 887.
Okay, there's 1,100 feet. Caps,
Caps.
flaps,
Flaps.
and
Maps.
maps. runway at Cirrus Space.
1 Hotel Zulu, keep your right turn tight to avoid the class Charlie, please.
We're in the turn, 1 Hotel Zulu. And what is this?
November 01 Romeo, Cirrus traffic in a right.
What's the ceiling here for the class?
Keep it in sight.
Tighten that turn. Tighten that turn. We're getting into the Charlie.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said tighten that turn. We're getting into the Charlie. Okay.
Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, and that Cessna traffic that departed prior to your arrival is climbing out of 2,400, not a factor. Have a good flight.
No factor. Good day. 411 Hotel Zulu.
Get that nose up.
I gotta stay
under... I'm sorry, 1700.
Yeah, I gotta stay under 2200.
Is it 22 or 17 out here?
22.
Okay. So while we're just here, let's bring that power on back. There's a percent power right there. I'd pull it back to maybe 65, 75%. Percent power is right there.
$65 to 75%?
Yeah, that's good where it's at.
There we go. Fighting the trim a little.
Okay, so the trick with the trim, I just turn my volume way up, is to lighten your grip. First off, you're giving it the death grip.
Yeah.
Give it 2 fingers. Look over here what I'm doing.
Okay.
Give it 2 fingers. Now let go. You were really close to being trimmed. So from there, just small little bumps in whatever direction you think you need. And let go.
Sending. Bumpy today.
It is down low. It'll be smooth once we climb up, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we just have to get out of, there's traffic over there.
Got him.
Outside this Gene Snyder that's coming out.
Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, traffic at 10 o'clock, 3 miles. Cessna is maneuvering at 1,600, currently in a southern bound heading.
We have that traffic in sight, 411 Hotel Zulu.
Roger, have a good flight.
I don't have many more, do you?
I don't. Yeah. No?
Yeah, I got him.
Is it, kind of low?
Yep.
Yeah.
And now he's back away. He's turning. He's going away from us now.
Yeah, I see him.
Okay, we're out of their airspace.
Okay.
So let's ask the autopilot to fly a little bit.
All right.
So we want to go on course. So direct enter. Okay. Go to nav. You're going to press that one more time to get GPS steer. All the vertical speed at the same time. Now go back to full power. Okay, so you've told the airplane to take control. Let it.
Cessna 887, runway 24, clear with the option.
Okay, is it doing what it needs to do?
Yep.
Okay.
Like we're on course?
We are. Now let's go back to checklist, and I believe we've done everything right. Actually, we're missing something, but that's why we have this. Go to in-flight checklist. Show your climb. Let's go through this.
Climb power set. Mixture. Cruise power set. I'm on the wrong thing.
Yep, you're doing the next checklist. So go back to in-flights. Now use your select to scroll back up to climb.
November 01 Romeo, you still up?
Affirmative.
Climb power set.
01 Romeo, you have a Cessna maneuvering off
Mixture
your right
lean is required for altitude.
You're perfectly fine.
We're looking 01 Romeo.
Instruments. Everything looks good and in the green.
Okay.
Fuel pump off.
so let's go back to engine page. So we need about 27 gallons an hour right now.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and back that on down to 27 with your mixture.
With the mixture.
It doesn't take much. And as we get to 4,000, we'll take that down to 24. So really, you could be closer to 24 right now if you want.
Okay.
We're at 3,500 feet.
So closer to 24, all right.
Okay, so we're within about 300 feet. Go and set 24. Close enough. Okay. We'll leave it right there. Now when we hit 4,000 feet, we're going to click normalize on our engine temperatures.
Okay.
Or our EGTs. You can go ahead and do that. Okay, so now as we go higher, do we need more or less fuel?
Less.
Okay, so if we don't adjust the fuel, what's going to happen to our exhaust gas temperatures? And you can already see it happening.
They're going down?
Yeah, they are going down. Because we're burning too much, or we're giving the engine more fuel than it needs. So as we get higher and higher and higher, we need less and less and less fuel. So
697 left turn and
take your mixture and give it a tiny, tiny movement back. And you'll see all these numbers become either zero or positives. There you go. So that's what we do the whole way up, is we just maintain about zero. And as we get to 8,000 feet, we will hit 21 gallons per hour.
Okay. Like we're kind of doing this.
It is, and I don't know why. Usually in GPS steer, it's rock solid.
The pilot that flew it back from at Georgia said it did that to him too. So I was curious. I didn't know if he was.
So let's change it from, just go back to standard nav. Just press it one more time. Let's see if it does it here. I usually expect to see it in nav mode and not GPS steer. Our numbers are now negative. Pulled it back just a little. Easy as can be, right?
Yeah. So this is running normalize, you said, right?
So normalize takes a snapshot of the values at some point in time. It
Right.
shows you the current value in relation to that time in the past. Yeah, it looks like in nav mode it's doing a lot more.
Yeah.
I'd change that back to GPS steer. So press it one more time, it's the GPSS. And all that means is it's pulling its information rather from the HSI.
Right.
It's pulling out of nav1.
I like this.
Okay, so we're up at altitude. Let's take our power and pull it on back. I'm not in any hurry today, are you?
No.
Pull it down to 65%. Okay, close enough. Now we're going to lean the mixture. So again, we're doing an up and overflow.
Right.
So let's do the whole up and over.
So switch tanks?
If you want. And you can also, let's go over here, pump 3, just so we're off. I will check and see if you have a timer in here. Usually you do, so every 30 minutes it says to swap. If you want to change it, that's not the normal way, but it's fine. Personal preference.
Okay.
Brings us to the mixer, so now we need to lean the mixture. I'm getting horrible feedback here, are you?
No. Oh, maybe my vent.
Yeah, there we go. probably a connection down there. So we're going to do what's called a big mixture pull. I'll show it to you the first time because it's terrifying to think of.
Okay.
So we're going to go to lean assist, and we're going to grab the mixture, and we're going to pull it almost all the way back. And we're not going to kill the engine. What we're going to look for is a decrease in power. I'll do the first one so you can see it. And watch what I'm doing. We're not watching anything here. Feel this. Feel the decrease in power?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, from there, we just work it forward. And we see all of our EGTs increase. If you watch your fuel flow, it's slowly going up. If you want to put your finger on here and kind of feel how fast I'm going, feel free to. Okay, so now we found our peaks. Now we come back on the lean side.
So that's rich, that was rich at peak, right?
No, we're lean at peak right now.
Okay.
That's our big mixture pull. And we're going to talk about all this and make it all make sense. So I'm still coming back lean. You can see my fuel flow decreasing.
Yeah.
I found a false peak. Watch number 6 is going to be the first peak. There it goes. Oh, just leave it here for a second, kind of let these stabilize. We're looking for negative 35 to negative 50. Back that a little more. Why is it not saying, okay, there goes best economy.
Okay.
So something happened, it got funny and it thinks that number 5 is our target, when really it's number 6 because that's our biggest number.
Question in autopilot, do I need to worry about the rudders?
Nope. So long as you're coordinated. And we can see coordination here, and we can see it down here.
Yeah.
So we are coordinated. We got one last thing to do on our mixture, and that is to now normalize. So now that it's set, let's take a current snapshot of those present values, and you go absolute, those are our actual values.
Okay.
So when we click normalize, it shows relation to that point.
Okay.
Now if you go back to map, this is one of the greatest things they put on here. We have all that data right here.
Yeah.
So if there's ever any big change, let me show you a change. I just turned the boost pump on. Now we're starting to get some changes in here. So it can show you any changes that happen. And I just did that by turning the boost pump on.
What changed?
Oh, you see your EGTs?
EGTs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll turn that back on.
Yeah, they changed.
Yeah, so we have it there, or we also have it down here.
Okay.
So it's the same thing, just...
Got your engine monitoring stuff on your map screen then?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. So if you see that and you didn't do anything, you got something you need to deal with. Let's go through our cruise checklist and see what we're missing.
Power set. Engine instruments. Everything still looks good in the green. Fuel flow and balance. We should check to see where we're at. And our fuel gauge is right. Extra lean is required. We've done that.
That's normal. That's the whole normal climb and cruise checklist. And now we hope you got music or something to listen to, because it's going to get boring for the next 4 hours on the way to Florida. Where do you normally go? Or do you have a normal?
I haven't yet. I mean, we did have a place in Florida, and our plan was to go back and forth, but just probably up to Michigan to visit my wife's family, and just travel some places here and there.
Okay.
So should we be listening to any...
I was actually just going to call up Lexington Approach, because this is Lexington's north practice area.
Right.
It's a pretty busy area. But what I want to do is, let's turn the autopilot off, and let's just hand fly it up here a little bit.
Okay. And
I'll take care of,
disconnect?
I'll take care of the radios here. And if you wanted to make it stop beeping at you, press it again.
Oh, okay.
So you'll learn to double click it. So there's 2075 out. So So let's just turn around, kind of get a feel for the plane. Do some maneuvers. We're not doing slow flight or steep turns or anything. Just see how she handles.
What'd you say?
I said just fly it around, kind of get.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Lexington approach, Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu, North Practice Area maneuvering.
Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu, Lexington approach.
Yeah, 411 Hotel Zulu. We're just going to be in your North Practice Area, about 5,500 feet maneuvering. Just want to let you know we're out here.
November 1 Hotel Zulu, you want me to tag you up and give you a traffic advisory just in case?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, squawk 0254.
0254, 1 Hotel Zulu.
Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, radar contact 22 miles northwest of Lexington Airport, Lexington altimeter 3026, the altitude.
3026, 5,000, it's like about 5,600, 1 Hotel Zulu.
Roger, thank you.
So what do you think as far as handling goes compared to the 172?
A little more sensitive.
It is? Weight on the controls, what does that feel like to you?
Alt 2 light just came on.
We never turned Alt 2 on.
Oh.
Yeah, you can turn it on right now. Alt 2 doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Unless Alt 1 goes out. And we can see that, yeah, it's not even doing anything.
I think it's probably a little more responsive. Of course, you're going a little faster, and it seems to be smoother. I would have to worry about the rudder as much, seems like.
No, it's...
Helicopter 1 Alpha Echo.
You got that rudder interconnect, so it does help a little bit. Let's slow her down a little bit here. So mixer's fine. Let's go back to... Take it on down to about 40% power.
Thank you.
We don't need to make any changes on the mixture. If it runs rough a little bit, I'll add a little mixture for you, but otherwise we're going to leave perfectly alone, only if it runs rough. So this should, once it all stabilizes, give us about 100, 110 knots. Now we're getting into 172 high-speed cruise speed territory.
Yeah.
All while burning 9 gallons an hour. So while we're out here, let's try some steep turns. Okay. Maneuvering speed is 133, so we're well below that.
So let's do a clearing turn.
Okay.
Clear left. Easier to do a clearing turn because you don't have to raise the wing.
And you get to look in the direction you're turning instead of the other way.
Lexington, Delta 1705, 177 for Darby at 11.
Delta 1705, Lexington approach, Lexington altimeter 3026, cross Darby at or below 11,000, descend to maintain 10,000.
All right, to cross Darby at or below 11,000 and then descend to 10,000, Delta 1705.
Okay, I haven't seen anything.
Lexington approach, Aero 113.
Right.
He hasn't told us about anything.
And I believe there was one Victor Kilo.
Very small movements are needed.
Yeah, it really is.
Victor Kilo, we're out of Georgetown. We'd like to request flight following. We're going to be direct to Muncie, Mike India Echo, 5,500, and we're a Papa 28 Sierra.
Okay, we're going to have traffic below us at some point.
Okay, clearing turn
And
looks
November
good.
3 Victor Kilo, say requested altitude.
Whenever you're ready, left or right, your choice, I don't care. And again, I don't care about altitude, I care about feel. Learn what the plane feels like.
3 Victor Kilo, you said 4,500.
So we'll start left.
No, we'll
Clear
say
left.
6,500.
And which mark am I heading at
November 3
here?
Victor Kilo.
This,
The triangle?
that little triangle would be 45 degrees.
Take Echo Papa, Lexington approach. November 3 Victor Kilo, squawk 4257.
Hey, do you think you're climbing or descending?
Descending?
How do you know that?
I can feel it and looking at the horizon.
Okay.
November 3 Victor Kilo, radar contact.
So, eyes outside. Are you at 45 degrees?
Altimeter 3026, stay altitude.
3026, and we're 3,400 for 6,005.
Probably pretty close right there.
Do you think you're climbing or descending? And I know you don't know the airplane yet, but I see a lot more ground than I would normally like. If we look down, plus a couple hundred feet.
Papa, radar contact 8 miles.
Let's go back to the right.
West of the Mount Sterling Airport, Lexington altimeter 30.
A little bit of right rudder there.
Number 6 Echo Papa, winds calm, proceed direct for the left base, runway 22.
Climbing or descending?
Descending.
Look at your altimeter. Climbing. And if you listen, you heard that the airspeed decrease. Go a little bit steeper than this, and that'll help with your climb. A little more aileron here. There you go, that's about 45 degrees. So how does this feel?
Okay.
Gonna go back the other way. Little left rudder there. Listen to her, she's talking to you.
Yeah.
What's it saying?
And I'm like a porpoise. Up and down. Got more windshield to see my horizon in than I'm used to.
Yeah, a lot more.
Sub 1705, contact Louisville, approach 132.07, good day.
32,
right rudder there.
1705, good day.
That's Victor Kilo, maintain VFR at or below 6,500 for traffic, 10 o'clock, 7 miles northeast.
Slow her down a little?
7,000's a diamond.
Try some slow flight.
How slow you want to go?
Victor Kilo, maintain VFR at
So let's start with 100 knots and 50% flaps. So when can 50% flaps come in?
Below 119.
This is hardly slow flight, but this is one of our profiles we use in the traffic pattern.
Right.
Diamond 8, Mike Tango, contact Cincinnati, approach 121.0, good day.
Trim for it, let go. See how close you are.
Victor Kilo, contact Cincinnati, approach 126.65, have a good day.
126.65, 2 Victor Kilo.
Lexington approach, bearing 707, Mike Papa at 13,000 for 11,000.
Bearing 707, Mike Papa, Lexington approach, Lexington altimeter is 3026, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, so Mike Papa.
90 is perfectly fine. That's going to be the next speed we're going to.
Okay.
Let's do some turns. So this is kind of our downwind, or I'm sorry, our base speed and not necessarily power setting, but this is how the plane's going to behave on base leg. So let's do some steering around, kind of see how it handles.
So it's Cessna 18 Golf, contact Indy Center 124.62, good day.
So feel free to take it to a 30-degree bank. That's usually where you're maneuvering to in the pattern.
So the big knot is the notch there's 30 degrees,
yes, it is.
Right? $20 degrees would be standard rate.
So we can see standard rate down here at that, when the blue bar touches the end of that white arc, that's standard rate.
Okay.
And then that's half standard rate. But we're not worried about standard rate in the pattern. All right, let's try full flaps. Slow down to 80. And this is our final approach speed. So how does that compare towards or to the high-speed maneuvering we were?
Kind of similar, really.
It is.
I really don't tell much difference.
A well-balanced airplane.
JetBlue 678, thank you.
Pretty simple to control, really. I mean, never flying a side stick.
Cessna 902,
Yeah, amongst everything new, that is,
approach
it's trivial, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Have a good day.
That's what everyone's always surprised by, and that's a common thing. I don't know how I'm going to do with this, but amongst everything else, you don't even notice
Yeah,
it.
you kind of, I mean, it's real close to flying, you know, the yoke.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so you're letting the speed get low. We never want to go below 75 in the pattern. That's fine. Go and let it happen.
Okay.
Take it down to 70. Actually, let's take it on down to 65. My philosophies in the pattern is if you get below 75, get that back to 80 and you get it back to 80 quickly. If you're below 500 feet, then you're below 75, you're going around. Except in the flare.
You said take it down to...
Yeah, 65 knots. Were you flying glass 172s?
No.
Okay, so even the presentation's new.
Yes.
What I find is don't necessarily watch that number, watch the tape. That'll kind of help give you a little bit of sense of normalcy.
So is this my ball up here?
Yeah, it is. See, that's, you got the white part and the black part.
Yeah. Lexington Airport in sight, 12 to 1 o'clock.
I don't want to do it too slow, but we'll play with that and we'll get uncoordinated at some point.
I mean, it's showing a little bit outside coordination. I was trying to compare the two.
Right, base C2 over tower, G2, 0.
They will never be perfect. If they are, it's a coincidence, but they're close. Okay. Keep letting that speed bleed off. We're going to take it down to 65. We're getting on the low side of what the plane can continue to fly at.
704 Lakes approach, good afternoon. Lima's current winds 290.
So we're going to try and fly it at 65.
Plan the visual approach runway 22. Descend and maintain 9,000.
How are you doing on trim? Let go. See how close you are.
That's a 6 Echo Papa flight heading 300 vector sequence.
So you got it pretty well trimmed. Let's do some turns here at this speed. So once you're establishing a turn, it's pretty much the same, right? Yep. Let's do some actual turning where we're making the plane turn. Now what do you notice?
6 Echo Papa, advise when you have Lexington Airport in sight, 10, 11 o'clock, 6 miles. 6 Echo Papa, enter left base for runway 22, contact tower 119.1. Have a good day.
How responsive is it?
Not as responsive as it is when we're going faster.
Yeah, 119.1.
Takes more input.
So what I'm hoping you're developing here is cues. That when it starts to get mushy, without even looking at the airspeed, you can kind of start to say, there's a problem here. And it's going to take a lot of time, but this is a foundation to it. Learn how the plane feels, how it normally feels.
Right.
All right.
Getting a feel.
So let's go straight here. We can point it towards that smokestack, or just not necessarily at it, but in that direction. And we're going to go into a power off stall.
Okay.
You want to go to the first indication? Do you want to go to the full buffet? What were you trained to do?
To the buffet.
Okay. Feel free to take it to the buffet. Just roll off that power. Hold altitude here and let her stall. And look what precedes the stall.
365 Charlie Papa Lexington approach, good afternoon.
There's the buffet.
Got no stall horn.
And 1 Charlie Papa, squawk 0253.
Want to try that again? Sure.
Tano 704, descend and maintain 4,000.
Buffet. There's a stall horn.
Contact,
interesting.
Northwest of the Richmond Airport, Lexington altimeter 3026.
That needs adjustment. You should not have the stall horn coming on after the stall.
1 Charlie Papa, roger, and will it be a full stop landing at Lexington?
Alright, I want to show you an autopilot stall.
1 Charlie Papa, roger, plan the left base.
If we just press out, it'll capture present altitude. Sorry, we have to give it a lateral mode first. Okay, go ahead and let go.
Going back towards her.
So we're actually in a heading mode, so it's trying to fly this heading.
Okay.
And if we say, actually let's back some power out, we'll make it stall that way. I do not like this much at all, but we're going to let it happen. Yes, there's a stall horn. It will continue to pull. Let's go ahead and kick that autopilot off, disconnect, recover. Get that power in. Okay, and then reestablish your climb. I'm not happy with that. So that's something for you to be even more so aware of than most, that the autopilot will pull you into a stall and it's going to be ugly. Now, rather than pulling you into a nice straight ahead stall, it's going to be hunting headings, and it is not going to go well.
Number 7 Mike Papa, contact DD Center 124.62. Have a good day.
Well, you want to go do some pattern work?
07 Mike Papa.
Sure. See if we can put her on the ground.
07 Mike Papa, in front of Indy Center on 124.62.
Okay, take me to Cynthiana.
Do we need to get our flaps out?
I go and pull them back up.
Huh?
Yeah, you can clean it back up.
Lexington approach, Cessna 2135, Sierra.
Cessna 2135, Sierra. Lexington approach, good afternoon. Lexington altimeter 3026.
And you can take us on down to altitude. Start heading towards Cynthiana. Okay, so back your power out to probably about, I'm making up numbers here, let's say 40%. You know where the airport's at in relation to you?
Just one Charlie Papa, turn right heading 360 vector sequence.
Go direct enter. Here's a little trick.
And the autopilot's not on.
Unless you want it to be, but
Try it and see.
well, we got some setup to do here.
Okay.
That's fine. Now we have to tell it what altitude to go to. Okay, so we captured current altitude, so change your altitude bug.
What do we want to go to?
Let's say 3,000. Now out to vertical speed at the same time, 2 fingers. So if you don't assign a vertical speed, it will give you a default of 500.
Okay.
Which normally is fine, sometimes it's not. Let's give that about 800. Let's approach Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu. We're inbound to Cynthiana. We'll cancel with you. Appreciate your help.
1 Hotel Zulu, no traffic observed between you and Cynthiana. Radar service trying to squawk VFR frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Good day, 1 Hotel Zulu. I'm going to show you some tricks here.
Okay.
We'll go flight plan.
3000, advise when you flex.
Pull up Cynthiana, press enter. Here's all of our airport information. So they have runways 1129, 3,800 feet, 122.8 is their frequency. Press enter, sends it over to here. Now we're on CTAP.
Okay.
Really nice.
11 Springfield traffic, Skylane 642 Alpha, approximately 8 miles to the east.
Now if you want to call them up and tell them we are 10 to the west.
This towered airport?
It's a non-towered airport.
And it's Cynthiana?
Yep, Cynthiana.
Cynthiana traffic says Cirrus 411 Hotel Zulu is 11 miles to the west, inbound for landing.
Let's back some power out here. I see the airport.
Yep.
It's kind of, do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
12 traffic.
This is a really hard airport to pick up from anywhere other than straight on. They do not have a weather frequency here. Unless they've had it.
Juliet, we're clear about 1230 at this time.
Gotcha.
You will be doing the westbound leg on the route.
All right, so how do we figure out which runway to use?
Look for some indicators. Smokestack over there is blowing straight up.
Okay.
So, we can listen for traffic, see what they're using. I don't see anybody here.
Cardinal 772. Doing westbound turnout off the runway.
Should we switch tanks?
Base runway 19er,
Yeah, if you'd like to.
go, Danville.
Boost on, switch tank, and boost off.
Yep. I'm going to run a quick descent checklist. Actually, let's run it. So start up and over. So we need boost pump, mixture, go all the way Rich, flaps.
Are we flap speed? We're
going to leave flaps up. And we got lights as needed.
Yep.
East inbound for left. Downwind.
Lebanon Springfield traffic, Baron 707, Mike Papa is about 9 miles east of the field. We'll cross midfield and set up for a...
Would you like to hand fly or let the autopilot fly?
Sorry?
Do you want to hand fly from here or let the autopilot do it?
8-town traffic.
Get a little closer, I guess.
Okay.
On the VOR Alpha approach to 23.
I would back some power out.
Sorry?
I would reduce the power.
To the southwest, capital city.
We don't need anything drastic necessarily, just, we got 300 horsepower.
Right.
A small change of throttle gives you a big change in everything. Okay, so we've leveled out 3,000 feet.
Okay, we can put in a notch of flaps if we want, or
I would not. That's
go lower.
Yep, that's not the normal process. So disconnect the autopilot here. It's going to hold you at this altitude.
And 11 Springfield, Skyline 642 Alpha, 2 mile final, runway 29, 11 Springfield.
There you go. Let's see, winds are going to be favoring the opposite direction here. I see a little bit of ripples in the water.
Okay. Which way?
Let's swing out, enter 45 to the downwind. We need to lose some altitude here.
Straight in approach, runway 8, Batesville, over to Albany.
We're going to land going that way?
We're going to land coming this way.
Okay.
We'll kind of come out here, enter 45 to the downwind, set straight on to the downwind, and use this big S-turn to lose altitude while we're at it. So our pattern power settings, I wish I would talk about this on the ground, will be 30%, and I'll just walk you through them as we go.
What's the pattern altitude?
It is 2,000 feet. Maybe 1,900, we'll call it 2,000.
Lebanon Springfield traffic, Baron 707, Mike Papa is 3 miles east of the field, 2,500.
Okay, let's take it up to 30% power.
Midfield, 2,500, and under the left downwind for 29.
100 traffic, 2012 with the crew, 10 miles from 2,000, entering a left downwind, that's landing runway 22, full stop, Walnut Ridge.
Cynthia answer is 1 Hotel Zulu, 45 to the downwind, 29, Cynthia. Okay, 30%, and your plane's going to be a little fast. Take that down to, let's say, 28. 27 is fine. Let's see what that does for it.
Capital City traffic, Skycatcher 3032 Delta.
We want to be 100 knots here.
Capital City.
Okay. Probably a little close.
Hey, you're also a little low. Take yourself back up to 30% power and try and level out here. I'm guessing you need some back trim. Let go, see what happens.
Elevator trim.
Okay, so we're past our landing point. Power goes to 15%.
VOR Alpha approach, E-town.
Flaps to 50.
Miami Oscar.
Good enough, we'll fine tune it later. Now pitch for 100. That nose down. Now we'll keep going straight, I'll call your base. Cynthia traffic, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, base 29, Cynthia. Not yet. Go ahead and go base. Okay, so we're a little slow here.
Lebanon Springfield traffic, Baron 707, Mike Papa is
we're a little low. Tighten up that pattern a little.
To the left downwind at Lebanon Springfield, runway 29.
Do I want my speed to be?
You want your speed to be 90 right now with full flaps?
500.
Yeah, so we're going to overshoot.
Yep.
Okay. Let's
go around.
Yep, please do. And so the answer is 1 Hotel Zulu going around 29, stay in the pattern.
on Springfield traffic, there 707 Mike.
Get some power in there.
Downwind runway 2. Cruise 60 Papa is 1 mile to the north, 2,700. Transiting north to south.
A lot going on, isn't there?
Yes.
You want me to take one to kind of let you decompress a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the controls.
The controls.
Runway 2.
Okay, so one of my big things is trim.
Right.
Give yourself a hand anytime you're in the pattern. If you can't give yourself a hand, you don't deserve it.
Mike Papa, turn left base, runway 29, Lebanon, Springfield.
Okay, so we're past the end of the runway. Go ahead and turn base or crosswind here. Coming up on altitude, backing that power out.
Danville traffic, Cirrus 258 Foxtrot Alpha on the localizer 30 approach over Urton, Danville traffic.
Cynthiana, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, downwind 29, Cynthiana. And back the power out to 30% here. Recall the speed we're looking for?
100.
At 100, so I got fast. Got really fast here.
Thanks, Randy.
Have fun.
Go again. Hands free. That's the idea. So when we're past our landing point, I'm a little tight here. I'll give it 5-10 degrees out to the right. I'm going to go flaps 50, power to about 15%, and pitch down.
Danville traffic, Cirrus 258 Fox Alpha on the...
You pretty much got to make it nose down.
Oh, yeah.
Circled land on 1-2.
Whereas the Cessna
But
just started
I
going.
didn't do anything to the pitch or to the trim, and that nose kind of came down on its own. Then I'll go ahead and turn base here. Cynthiana traffic, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, base 29, Cynthiana. And I'm going full flaps here, and looking for 90 knots. So no power change. We need really no pitch change either as we go to full flaps. And I find myself pulling back a little bit. If I just let it go, everything's right.
500.
Cynthiana traffic, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, final runway 29, Cynthiana. As we turn final, you do have to pitch back just a little bit. We're at the same power setting and configuration we were at 90 back there. We're pretty much right on. And watch the flare. Get your hand on the stick here. Feel what I'm doing. So bring that power back to idle here. I'm at flare. What's going to feel like a little bit too little and a little bit too late coming from a Cessna.
Wow.
Full power, flaps 50, right rudder to maintain center. Off we go. And when she's ready, off it goes. So 1,400 feet is our cap's altitude. You got the controls, they're all yours. I have a little bit of right rudder in right now. There's 14 caps, flaps, maps. If you want to skip on maps page, that's fine.
Okay.
So did you see anything there that you want to work on or that, and I know you're too early into this to have an aha moment, but was there anything that stood out at you?
No, just experiencing it.
Okay. And I'll take care of the radios just so you can kind of focus on flying the first couple times. Cynthiana, here's 1 Hotel Zulu, turning downwind 29, Cynthiana. Okay, so you're at altitude. We still have 100% power in there. Bring that power on back. It's coming back to 30% power.
2 miles northeast of the airport, inbound for landing on runway 21.
Okay, we're descending and we're fast. Leave your power alone, just get that nose up.
Danville traffic, Cirrus 258, Fox Alpha, final for runway 12 Danville.
There you go, and you're going to have to add some power here, take us back to 30% power. Eyes are all over the place, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's our landing spot. What are we? Three things we're looking for are
Mixture full, flaps.
Yeah, so flaps to 50.
Flaps to 50.
Power to
15.
And nose goes
down.
Yep. Push that nose down.
Big traffic, dialing.
And turn base. Don't fight the trim. If you have the trim right before, trim is going to be right.
Airline Cessna 2135, Sierra, crossing midfield for landing on runway 21.
I'll give you just a little extra power here.
$500.
And Cynthia, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, base, turning final, runway 29, Cynthia. This is a little more power than we would normally need, but that'll be fine. Go to full flaps, please.
Really feel that.
Yeah, that's the speed brakes.
So what do I need to be at speed-wise?
Exactly what you're at. 80 is perfect. So bring that power on back here just a little bit. Actually, let me get your power. I'll just set it so you don't have to think about it. Pitch for 80. Don't worry about anything else. Just keep pitching for 80. Eyes outside. Don't start the flare yet. Too little, too late. Now go ahead and start. Little bit of a flare here. Start idle. Okay. I got your flaps, go.
So how was that?
The touchdown looked great. How about the rest of it?
Just got to learn to watch my power.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just concentrating on power and speed. I never want to get too slow.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm trying to learn my speed.
At the same time, don't get too fast, don't get too high.
Right.
So it's a balancing act. And you have so much more power than what you were used to.
Right.
Yeah, you really need the same power in the pattern.
So
there's this huge power reduction that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. Go ahead and start pulling some of that power back. We got 200 feet to go. This blue bar that's a trend. You're going to be there in 10 seconds.
Blue bar is the trim?
Yeah, it's a trend.
Oh, trend. Okay.
Yeah, so we're trending past 2,200 feet. So go ahead and start that turn here. Power on back to 30%.
What about the flaps?
Yeah, we never brought them back up. You can pull them up now.
Traffic Bonanza 2132 Lima, making left space for 23 full stop.
So 50% power.
At 50?
Yeah, you need 30.
Okay.
Final for runway 21.
Which doesn't feel like enough power to stay in the air.
I know.
You're still making more power than a 172 does. Almost a takeoff.
To the west, inbound landing.
South early traffic, helicopter.
Correction, 5 miles east, inbound landing.
September is on Alpha Hatchway. Going to be departing parallel.
This looks perfect.
South early.
We're descending just a little bit. We're a little slow. Bring that back to 30% power. Those 2% make a difference.
In.
Galaxy 62447, 5 miles east of Wordsmith, inbound landing, airport advisory.
Cynthia, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, midfield, downwind, 29, Cynthia.
We're beam touchdown.
Okay.
Take it to 15. Nose down.
And
flaps.
Flaps, there you go. Pitch for 100. Now you haven't touched the trim. Let go. See what happens here. It is not far off. Start your base. Cynthiana traffic, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, base 29, Cynthiana. And let's make this one a full stop.
Okay.
500.
A little low.
Little low or a lot low?
A lot low.
What should we do?
Power.
Are you going to try and salvage it, or are you going to go around?
I'm going to see when I get on base, on final. I need to add another flap.
Cynthiana traffic, Cirrus 1 Hotel Zulu, final 29.
So when do I pull the power? When I'm...
Usually when you're used to, or when you think you need to flare in the Cessna, pull the power, but don't flare yet. Now what I usually do is right about here, start really gently pulling that power back. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, now.
Oops, 50.
Nope, just wait.
Oh, we'll do
a full stop.
That's right.
Get that stick back. And we'll exit left here. What are we doing on fuel? We have 33 gallons left. You want to have cheap gas here too, or we can continue on?
Yeah, we can go ahead and put some in here.
Okay, sure.
Take a break for a minute.
Yeah, I think it would do you some good to let that all sink in.
Take a breath. I want to circle around or just pull in straight ahead?
Most people will just pull in straight here. You can also circle. So you are a great distance. Just keep it straight right here.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And we have a shutdown checklist?
We do. We also have a shutdown flow.
Okay.
Which would you prefer?
You're the teacher. Shutdown flow.
I prefer the flow. So start here. Work your way up. Do you need boost pump anymore?
No.
No. Mixer, we're going to come back to flaps. Do you want to pull them up or do you want to leave them there?
We can just leave them there since we're going to
why not? Come back up. Nothing to do here. Lights. So the strobe lights technically have to stay on because that's your position or your anti-collision lights. Turn alternators off here. You're supposed to do a mag check if you would like. That's your thing. I don't care.
Do one when we take off. Same thing, right?
Yeah. Technically, it's go all the way off. Just make sure it'll stop. But I don't do it.
Let's try it.
And then so click off and then right back to both.
Oh, click out to off.
Yeah, all the way to off. Hear it and then back. Yeah, so you hear it at work.
Okay. Yeah.
And then come back to mixture.
All the way down?
All the way down.
Off. And the Avionics off.